Hi guys, Ken Tamplin here. As you know, I get a lot of requests for different singers to please do this song and please do that song. And one of the groups that keeps coming up over and over again is SHINEDOWN, Brent Smith from SHINEDOWN. And good lyric writer, really talented group. I am going to systematically go through some of their songs that they sing, or he sings, a couple of them here, and break down line by line how he sings, what he sings. And hopefully you can benefit from that, because that's the whole goal behind doing this. The song I chose right now is called Second Chance, because it's one of their highest rated YouTube songs. I figured I'd start with that. And I'm just going to play it. I don't know the lyrics that well, so I'm going to have to look at the lyrics here. Play it. I'm going to play it first, the bridge, and then I'll play the chorus, because those are the two hardest parts of the song. And we'll just go from there and we'll break it down line by line. You ready? I'm going to play this first. Sure you know it. Okay, so I just saw Haley's comment, she waved. Said, why you always running in place? Even the man on the moon disappeared. Somewhere in the stratosphere. Now, what he does is, the first line here, he actually goes, I just saw Haley's comment, and in the word wave, he goes, waved. Now, it's really hard to sing an E vowel like that, so it's a stylistic thing. I personally would sing the A vowel, but if you notice how open his throat is staying, he's got pretty doggone good support. It's the only way he's going to be able to survive with the lines that he's singing. So he goes, I just saw Haley's comment, she waved. Said, why you always running in place? I think that's the right melody, but why you always running in place? Right, I'm doing it light so you can see. Why you always running in place? Do you notice how I'm connecting my words? I'm not going, why you always running in place? That's because he keeps his throat open so that he can sustain the line and keep a tubular sort of feeling in the back of his throat the whole time. Then he says, even the man in the moon disappeared. Somewhere in the stratosphere. Or whatever the line is, right? Alright, now notice, even the man in the moon disappeared. Did you notice how little motion I have in my jaw? My jaw's not going like this. It's not closing off the air in the back of my throat. Now, in my KenTamplinVocalAcademy.com, I have a series and I walk you through step by step how to keep the throat open. This is how you keep the throat open so you can sing lines like this. So then he goes into the chorus. Let's play that here real quick so you know the key and you can hear it. Okay, now also too, let's get a reality check on something, and that's this. He's quadruple tracking his vocals, so it's not just one guy singing, so it sounds like a huge thing because he's got a choral of vocals going on, okay? So I want to start with that, so don't get discouraged if it's not really big, huge right off the bat, because all of his vocals are quadruple tracked. You can hear just a zillion tracks going on, but let's sing the line. Tell my mother, tell my father, I've done the best I can! You see how open that sound is? Super open. Tell my mother, tell my father, I've done the best I can. Now, have you also noticed that I'm using very little consonant sounds? I'm not going, tell my mother, tell my father. I'm not closing down the back of my throat and to be able to do these lines. Then he says, to make them realize this is my life. I hope they understand! Okay, again, do you notice how I'm opening? To make them realize this is my life. I hope they understand. Okay, let's play it from there because he goes to some higher notes here. Okay, so let's go. He goes, I'm not angry, I'm just saying. So, I I'm not angry, I'm just saying. You can close it down like that, or saying, right? Now, if you notice, I did it two different ways, and the second way is more the way he does it. It's called mask, and he brings this sound into the front of the face. He goes, I'm not angry. Do you see how I'm bringing the sound into the front of the face? This is a concept called mask, or the idea of smiling. You come from the ah vowel sound, you bring it down into the front of the face, and you smile into this sound. And he goes, I'm just saying. Sometimes goodbye is a second chance. And if you notice, all my vowel sounds stay open. My phrases are contiguous. I'm running them together, and I'm keeping that throat open, but I'm really using that diaphragm, the diaphragm that we've talked about in all of my volumes. This is key. This is the thing that really gives me the power to be able to do this, so that I'm not singing from my chest, and I'm not singing in my neck, and I'm not singing in my throat. Okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, the next SHINEDOWN tune I want to do is a song called Diamond Eyes. You probably know it kind of as Boom, Lay Boom, or whatever. It's a cool tune, man. You gotta hand it to these guys. I mean, they're always doing something creative, right? You know, this is more about groove and more about, you know, an attitude thing. He actually compresses his vocal a lot and really distorts the low end. It's not about range, and it's not about something hard to sing. It's not even about melody. It's about a cool groove and a vibe, right? So I want to play it. Let's start here. Okay, so let me just do this. 1, 2, 3. Wait, a minute, take back. You gotta think twice before you react. So stay a little while, because the bronze can't turn road to X down. Hey, what's the circumstance? You'll never be great without taking a chance. So wait, you waited too long. You had your other pumps before you've been gone. Now, I don't know the lyrics. I'm reading them really fast. But it's, if you notice, he really over compresses the sound. He goes, wait, you know, wait. Is it real kind of, he throws the sound to the front of the chord, or the timbral sound actually comes to the front and makes it really bright. So, wait, take a step back, and he has a sound. Now, there's a caveat to this. If you don't do this with good support, if you don't keep your throat open, if you don't cut back your air, like you're holding your breath when you sing, if you don't eliminate the air and cut back your breath, you're going to go hoarse. It's just a fact, okay? If you follow the steps I've done in my videos and you see how to keep open throat first and cut back the air, all right, then you're going to learn how to control this and be able to do this like he does it, okay? So let's do this again. Wait a minute, to take a step back. You're going to think twice before you react. So stay a little while. Promise not kept on road to exile. Hey, what's the circumstance? You'll never be great without taking a chance. Wait, you waited too long, had your hands in the pocket when you should have been gone. Right, you see how like I'm really over compressing the sound? I'm literally distorting the chord as I do it so that I can get distortion, but I'm cutting back the air so that I'm not pushing so much air. Wait, you should have been gone! And if I do that and use that much air across the chord, I'm dead. Even that hurt. Can you kind of hear how that when I overused my air, it hurt me a little bit? But when I cut back the air and I hold my breath, then I'm good to go. So here's the chorus coming out. One push is all you need. This first philosophy. We watch with wounded eyes. You see how I'm like totally holding back my breath and compressing the air? Let's keep going. So, I'm on the front line, don't worry, I'll be fine. The story is just beginning. Now notice how he goes from this kind of staccato, right? He's doing this on the low end, but he's not doing that when he goes up. And you know why? He can't. We can't. We can't do that. We can't sing staccato, fast, harsh. We say slamming consonant sounds where you slam a consonant sound, you slam a vowel sound. We can't do that. We have to open up our throats and open them up so that we're able to have the freedom to be able to sing up this high. Let's listen to it again. Back it up here. Sorry, hold on. So notice he didn't go, I'm on the front line, don't worry, I'll be fine. Remember we talked about running the lines together contiguously. Listen. I'm on the front line, don't worry, I'll be fine. The story is just beginning. Do you hear how I'm opening up the whole phrase and I'm keeping my throat open contiguously the whole time? Let's listen to the next phrase. Okay, so the next line is, I say goodbye to my weakness, so long to the regret, and now I see the world through diamond eyes. I don't know, diamond eyes. I don't know the lyric that well, and I don't know this whole thing that well. But if you notice again, as I'm keeping my throat open, and I'm cutting back my air, I'm not slamming my consonant sounds, I'm able to get through this stuff. One more really important thing. If you get in trouble and all of a sudden you feel like you're straining and stretching, because you know what, these are kinds of songs where you do have to really push hard and there will be strain. This isn't the absence of stress, it's the management of stress. Let's face it, we're distorting our vocal cords here, we're getting distortion out of the cord, we're managing our stress levels. True story, okay? So it's not like singing a pop song, or you know, it's not like singing an operatic song or jazz song or a R&B song. This is hardcore, okay? So as we're going through this, back off the sound instead of going, you know, I'm on the front line, don't worry, I'll be fine, right? If the second you feel like it, pull back the sound, don't overcompress the sound, thin the sound down like this. I'm on the front line, don't worry, I'll be fine. Did you notice that I'm kind of using half the amount of sound pressure so that I can get through the phrase? You want to get through the song, you want to make it through the song, and if you can get to where you can pace yourself through the song, you can understand, uh-oh, I'm kind of in trouble, I've used a little too much compression, I need to relieve tension, and by the way, I cover all this in my stages in volumes 1, 2, and 3, about vowel modifications on how we should change our vowel sounds to relieve the stress, to allow us to get in and out of these different vocal phrases, okay? At KenTamplinVocalAcademy.com you can see all this stuff. So anyway, so that's another Shinedown tune, and you know, we'll continue. Okay, this next tune, Shinedown tune, is a song called Simple Man, and I kind of like this song. You know, the guy's a good songwriter. Come on, let's face it. He really feels his lyrics. He's not just writing crap. He's writing cool stuff. Great lyric. All these lyrics are great, and I'm actually impressed. The more I dig into their stuff, the more I really have an appreciation for what he's doing. So, you know, I want to just play it. It's a much different approach than the other stuff. Of course, it's acoustic at the beginning and stuff, but let's just go ahead and play it, and then we'll kind of dissect how he does it. Here we go. So, in fact, sorry, let me back up here. Sorry. Here we go. So he kind of starts off a little, yeah. Well, Mama told me when I was young, said sit beside me, my only son. Ken Tamplin addition. And listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it will help you on a sunny day. Now I know I'm not doing exactly what he did, but notice as I'm going through this, he's got some soul, man. He's pouring his heart out, right? And then you get to the chorus, and he breaks down a little bit. We're going to lift him up through this, so... Alright, hold on. So what I say. Now I want you to notice he's not singing too heavy. And I'm a paradise. You know, he's not doing that, right? And if you do this, it'll help you some easy sunny day, right? And what is he doing, right? He's giving you emotion, but he's also setting himself up for the chorus so that he can get to this chorus part here. Check it out. Hold on. Cool lyric, man. Let me go forward a little bit. Troubles will come. They will pass. There he is. And you'll find love. And don't forget that there's someone above. Here we go, ready? Be a simple man. Let's grab this one line, let's talk about it. And be a simple kind of man. Did you remember me talking about contiguous phrases? When we go up top, we can't go, and be a simple kind of man, right? We've got to keep that throat open. So we're going to smile, right? We're going to get our diaphragm working. If you watch my videos, you know how to do this already. And be a simple kind of man. Real open. Kind of man. We don't even care so much about the words we're singing as much as we care about the open throat. And then we bring in the consonant sounds, or only as much as we need to get you to understand the lyric. All right, let's continue on the song. Okay, now, he just did an eval at the end of that I wouldn't do myself, because there's something called raising your larynx, and when the larynx raise, it cuts off the air supply to the back of the throat. And this usually happens on the E and U vowel. Most people have that happen on the E and the U vowel. I'll do it, I'll demonstrate it so you can see the way he did it, but I wouldn't recommend it, okay? Because he'll even have trouble. If he does this live, it's great that he can punch this, you know, as he's in the studio and he gets to do it a line at a time. It's another thing to reduplicate this kind of thing live. He'd be better off singing an EH, like lead, sound, rather than an kind of sound. But nonetheless, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's go back, we're going to listen to the line and we're going to break it down. Okay, sorry. Now, I love this. Love and understand. You know, I love that ah vowel. It just opens up that ah vowel. Someone that's really good at that is Paul Rogers. If you get into, if you're younger than a lot of the people that I know that would probably be watching this, if you're young and you want to get a chance to hear that ah vowel done really cool, listen to Paul Rogers from Bad Company, because he's got that ah vowel sound happening. So he's kind of stealing from that kind of idea of, you know, Wilson Pickett also is an old Motown R&B artist from the 60s. If you get a Mustang Sally, oh, you better slow your Mustang down. So he opens up that ah vowel really cool, and he distorts it. But notice he's cutting back his air. You hear him cut back the air. He's not blowing so much air across the chord that it's actually going to dry out the chord. So let's go back. We're going to listen to it one more time, and we're going to actually demonstrate it. Here we go. Okay, so now he goes, love and understand! Right? Remember I said how the larynx raise when you go to the eval? Now listen to the way, a safer approach to that, and even kind of cooler, because you can stay on that raspy ah vowel sound. To love and understand! You know, E-A! You can do it either way, but a safer way to do it would be to stay on the ah. Let's continue the rest of it. Now, did you notice he went on simple this time? He didn't distort the chord. A simple kind of man, right? cool is that? He was able to have a distorted sound and come back and clean up the sound. If there's nothing that you get from this, learn this, okay? If we decide to sing and distort or distress the chord, like we're doing, this is distressing the chord, it's a hard thing to sing, always remember to clean up the chord with clear tones like that, without distortion. Because without it, you will be forever sentenced to always sing with distortion. But if you come back first and always sing with a clean sound, don't be so preoccupied with having a distorted sound. If you come back and clean up the sound, is harder than always singing with this gritty, distorted sound. So we clean up the sound, and then we add the distortion, and then we come back and clean up the sound to maintain good vocal health. If we don't do that, we'll always sing with a distorted sound and cannot come back and actually clean up the sound. Okay, so that's my today's message on Brent Smith and Shinedown. And I could go through and break down all their songs, but that's sort of his vibe. That's his thing. Great songwriter, good singer, good performer. He's got some good roots to what it is that he's doing. He uses open throat technique, which is cool. I don't care for his eval that much because it's a little dangerous. I like doing it for fun, but in the end, let's face it, it's going to probably cause you trouble. And then we're going to continue to do different artists that we can grow from and learn about some of the hard rock singing stuff like this, because it's very difficult to learn. So thank you for joining me. KenTamplaVocalAcademy.com. Hope to see you guys there.